Hey, welcome to my channel. This video is a VOD review I did with one of my students. If you would like to get a VOD review for free, just go into the description of this video so we can get one started. Any rank, any role. I would love to help. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Enjoy the show. We can just get started on the very first thing I want to talk about, which is a very easy ward we can do in the very beginning of the game. I don't know if you've ever watched my videos, but there's a very simple ward that we can do in every single game. And it's just this raptor ward. Do you know about this?
I know that you should ward it like after the first 2 or 3 waves maybe, so you can track the enemy jungler.
You could actually do it at the very beginning. At 116, you can ward the raptor right here. This ward will basically tell you if he starts bot side or top side, because when they clear top side, they will arrive as soon as this ward goes away. So you'll see them right as they're taking their raptors. So
I see.
What do you think this can accomplish for you?
This can maybe help me decide on where to stand in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. So whenever we know where the jungler is, we can stand on a certain side of the lane because we can make it very hard for them to gank us. Because if they're bot side and we're standing up here, this gank opportunity is really, really hard. So yeah, I'm just wanting to know your knowledge to see if you know what you're doing, and it seems like you do. This 116 ward is something that you can definitely be put as part of your in every game, because it's really easy. You just got to place a ward right here and then walk back into lane, and you get to know where the jungler is for basically the whole game. They path the same all the time.
Maybe like what about my second or third ward?
I mean, second or third ward, I generally like to place it towards the area I would like to go gank later or roam. So if I want to roam in the bot side, I would place a ward here or maybe here, and if I want to go top side, I would place it here or here. So let's talk about our Qs. You have a lot of problems of missing your Qs, and it happens a lot in this game where I feel like we can just take our time just a little bit longer for our Qs. And I want to know, what kind of style do you have for your abilities? Do you just have quick cast, or do you have quick cast with paths?
I have quick cast.
You have quick cast. So you have the ability to make your Qs, like just one of your abilities, have a different type of quick cast. It will be where you hold Q and it'll tell you where the paths of the Q go.
I am aware of that. But I'm liking newer to like PC gaming, so I'm not really good with mechanical stuff with my fingers. So I kind of like stayed away from that because it's an extra button to press, you know. But I know that it exists.
Well, it isn't an extra button. It's just you have to hold the button to see where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
I would say it could help you. Do you know how your Q targeting works exactly? Yeah, so you have like a shadow here and you have a shadow here. Do you know where exactly your Qs will go when you click Q, basically?
They would go to my cursor, I believe. Like they would end on my cursor, like they would land on my cursor, but they will go out of the individual shadows, you know. I don't know how to explain it better.
No,
like,
I
think I know how it works.
Yeah, you said it correctly. So wherever your cursor is, that's where the trajectory of your shadows are going.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure that you know exactly how it works, and it seems like you do, and it looks like it makes sense to you. I guess with your Qs, you just need to take more time, man. It feels like you're rushing it.
In this game, I was really tilted in this game. In my defense.
Well, let's get better at not getting tilted, because that's where our mechanics kind of go away, and it happens a bunch in this game. Like, I mean, this happened a little bit earlier where we had an opportunity of actually killing this Hui.
By the way, I should let you know, there was like 1 or 2 times in lane, I think, where I had like a huge FPS drop for like a second, and I froze. Maybe that's what you're talking about. I don't know. I had this happen a few times.
We will see, but I just saw that you missed this Q right here. Like, you just missed both your Qs. And
that's terrible.
If you just hit him, it would have. Yeah, exactly. If you just hit him, you would have killed him.
It was a kill angle. Yeah.
So just take just a little bit more time, and I feel like you can you can just, you know, calm down a little bit and you can just hit those. Is there any questions about that? I feel like that's just like, that just comes with just relaxing when you're going in on someone, but that just comes with time.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Sometimes I have this vision of the play in my head sometimes. But the thing is that in my vision, I'm like a Korean 1000 LP challenger. And I try to do what that guy will do, and I fail miserably. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe. We're going to move on to... Basically, your laning was basically perfect. I didn't really have any issues with how you laned. Maybe you could have
switched. Was it really perfect?
Pretty much. I didn't really have any problems. You understood that Hui, you really liked freezing the wave right here, and Hui has to step up, which is really good for you, and you understood that you can do that a lot to him, and you did that perfectly. CS really good, and maybe we could have switched our plans a little bit in the as we end laning phase, we can maybe start roaming more, because Hui was starting to like basically not be able to step up, and he's just using Qs and Ws to farm. So maybe we just push in the wave and then we start roaming, and maybe we can help our other lanes.
I find it hard to like identify when I should like switch my playstyle up and maybe go for roams, or like if I need to stay in lane, or I struggle a little bit with this.
Okay, well, I would say if it feels like you have to try really hard to kill your laner now, it's not worth it anymore. Try to go for a roam, because roams are very easy when people are not paying attention. As like this roam right here, you can maybe even get this roam, but like this is in a different context. But even if you don't get a good roam and like you don't get a kill off of a roam, that added pressure is already enough to make your team have less pressure on them, because they spotted you going towards bot side. These people have to back off, because if they don't, then they can get killed by you. Does that make sense?
I also noticed that sometimes if you just go in the fog of war, like only that, it can also scare them, like the bot lane or the top lane.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Let's talk about that's why we're basically skipping all of laning phase. There was basically nothing I could really find. You played it really well, and you got I don't even know how many kills you got in lane. You got 1, 2, 3. I guess it's like 1 or 2, but basically you played it really well, and you made this Hui suffer, basically. We hit the mid game, and you know what? I'm just gonna let you watch what you did, and I want to know.
Oh no!
I just want to know why you went for this, or why you're here. Because we just go into the bot side, and do you know why this is like not the best what we could have done?
Because I share XP and gold with my ADC.
Exactly. It's basically worthless. We're doing nothing there. There's nothing happening there. And we should ask ourselves questions about which lane we should go to after we back. Obviously, we want to go bot side, but there's already a Kai'Sa there. I know that, yes, we should be side laning.
How can I identify... Okay, another thing is that I don't play with teleport. So how does that change my side laning?
It basically changes your side laning to mostly match the same side of objectives. So if there's an objective up in top side, you'll be matching on top side. And so you can still have time to go for this fight, you know? You can just drop waves.
What if there's already a teammate in the top side?
I would probably recommend just going mid lane.
Like hover mid, like around mid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little bit tricky, because it is tricky, because if there's someone topside and if there's people mid, technically we should go bot, because there is nobody taking this wave, and that's where our XP or gold is. But that is the decision of our team. Do we want to give this up? You know? Do we want to give this up? If we do want to give this up, we can go bot. If we don't want to give it up, we can go for it, you know? If there's someone already in a lane, let's just go to a lane that's empty. That's kind of like a very simple. I know there were people here before. There was Gragas and the Leona here, but it's like there's already someone topside. But we can be so much more useful if we go mid lane. Because like, ask this question: what am I gonna do when I go bot side? I'm gonna be sharing XP. I'm probably not gonna be getting all the CS. I'm probably not gonna be able to get this tower. So that is basically useless. Let's go mid. Maybe a fight will start, and maybe I'll be there so we can actually win it. Do you have any questions on, like, you know, which lane you should go to?
No, I think I get it. Like, you need to be close to objectives if you want to fight for them. And if not, you want to go to a side lane to get XP and gold.
I saw in multiple places in the game where it feels like you don't really know what to do in a team fight or how to team fight.
Oh, yeah. I feel like my 1v1s, 2v2s, 1v2s, whatever, like these small fights.
Those are called
pretty good at
skirmishes.
them. I feel like the skirmishes, I feel like I'm good at them. But as soon as we hit 4v4, 5v5, I don't really know how Zed should play these fights.
Mostly, Zed should be either waiting for something to happen. So Zed is like a character that really waits for stuff to happen. So people start using abilities that can't be used on you. So like people can't stun you, people can't root you, and you just don't get CC'd anymore.
Okay.
And once that does happen, we can start being more aggressive. And usually
we
want to...
in.
Yeah, we want to take a flanking route as well. Any type of flanking route would be really good because vision is obviously a way where we can just surprise people. That's kind of what we want to do. We want to surprise them that that there's a Zed here and we're just gonna die immediately. And that's usually how most assassins play. But this isn't really like mostly an assassin thing. It's mostly just a basic concept of how it works in team fighting. Because we're gonna see that in this team fight, I would say this is a team fight at least. We start splitting off of our team, and that is the only reason why we get killed. I think we also missed all our Qs.
Yeah.
We also missed all our Qs again. But the biggest thing is we're splitting off of our team, and they're not helping us. Nothing's happening here. So
yeah, because I could stay with them, kill the other guy, and then we all turn on the Heimerdinger.
Exactly. You get it. It's like literally if we just follow our team exactly where they're going, we can kill the Kazakhs and then immediately switch to the Ashe, and then we can turn on the Heimerdinger and the Hui later on. But since you switched so onto this Heimerdinger and like your team didn't notice that you were doing this, they didn't back you up anymore, and that's why you died. Does that make sense about team fights?
Yeah, maybe I thought, like, at that moment, I was like, okay, I can, like, triple kill this guy and kill him very quickly and then go back to my team, but then I failed miserably, so it didn't work. And I guess I took, like, the high-risk, low-reward play. So,
exactly. It's like, let's not do a flip coin play. This is like a flip coin play where we're trying to kill a Heimerdinger. Why don't we just take the very easy, go for this 3v2 right here? Because if we show up here, it's a 3v2, we most likely win, and then we can just switch to the Heimerdinger later.
Yeah, I mean, now that I see it, Kazakhs is like 1 HP, and then Ashe is like an immobile ADC character, so I don't know why I went on the Heimerdinger. Yeah, you're right, yeah. Not really. Okay, look, what if I actually killed the Heimerdinger and then joined them? Would that make it good, or is it still like a coin flip play?
I would say you wouldn't even be joining your team after this. Look how low you are, man.
It's like, and I will have no cooldowns.
Yeah, it's like now these two are on their own. You have to back. You did kill someone, cool, but now they're not gonna kill this person, and I don't think they even kill the Kazakhs here. Like, they don't kill them, and it's just like it feels so much worse. So we can make a better play just by going for this fight and then switching. Because we'll most likely not be losing all our HP like this. I don't think so, at least.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Is there any other questions?
Maybe when you said about like the to play around vision and stuff, I don't really feel like confident on knowing where the enemies have vision. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, how can I tell that they don't see me? Like, how can I be sure that I'm somewhere that they don't have vision in?
Well, you can't really guess where they have vision. I guess you can kind of guess because, you know, if there are objectives up, like, you know, a dragon's up, we can guess that maybe they have a ward here and a ward here. We can just guess that there are some easy wards that they can get, but mostly there's no real way to know if they have vision until we're on that vision and we use either our Umbral Glaive or we sweep it. Like, that's the only way we can really know. But sometimes, even if we're on vision, people don't pay attention. So we can even do crazy things like trinket through this bush and maybe there's a ward here, but we can still get through. People sometimes ignore you and you can still go for stuff like that. Next thing, I think maybe you were just tilted. I think you are just getting tilted at the end of this game because maybe this tilted you right here. Basically, what happened is we respawn and we're going towards the bot side of the jungle, and we are going to see that our Gragas dies here, and then you're going to go into the jungle, and then we die. Now, what do you think? Why do you think this was like super easily avoidable?
I could just not go there, I guess. I could just stay bot and like push one wave, or like I don't know. But I remember that I was like, okay, he died. They have no cooldowns. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna kill someone.
The basic point is the jungle is dangerous. Let's try to think about where our opponents might be, because seeing someone does not mean here, sorry, let me go back, because I want to go back to where the Hui was bot side. Seeing people doesn't mean we know where the rest people are. It just means we know where one person is. That's all it means. So
you see who you see, basically. Yeah.
Our map is like a heaping pile of information. There's so much things we can learn from just looking at our minimap and just making better decisions because of this. So we can already see that, an objective is up. We see that Hui is bot. Our team we have Leona mid. We have Vladimir bot. We have Gragas mid, and we have this guy bot. Now we can take a big consideration that there's probably people around here. There's objectives. Objectives naturally draw people towards them. So there's going to be people here, and whenever this happens, we need to go into a jungle as a team. And going in solo is how we get ourselves killed, and that's exactly what happened.
Now that I see this from this point of view, it makes so much sense. I don't know what I was thinking at that time. I don't know. But yeah, how you explain it makes a lot of sense.
Well, is there any questions about this?
What was the correct play? Like stay bot?
You could push a wave and then go mid and maybe go for this tower, but like for the most part,
I want to go mid. I want to go mid and walk through the wolves, so I'm safe.
Yeah, you can walk towards the wolves.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you can also take this path. This path is also quite safe, I'd say. It's just like you going here is terrible because this is a choke point, you know. This is a humongous choke point, but this is a little bit better because it's a little bit deeper in your jungle and it's very straightforward, and there isn't really a choke point. Like you got this, I guess, but it's kind of hard unless they have vision here.
When should I look for like taking like a quick kill before an objective somewhere on the map and like making my team have numbers advantage? Like, is this a play I should be looking for, like picking off someone in the map?
In this context, I say no, because we just respawned and we don't have the vision or the knowledge of where their vision is, and we're just basically walking into their own play. We're gonna walk into their play. So a good way to know when we can do that is, one, our wave is pushed in, so our wave is past our middle mark, and two, we know where their vision is, so we can walk into this tri-bush, not place a ward, but do our red trinket or our umbral glaive, and then we can maybe walk even further, or we could just stay here, you know? This is, we just need, that's the thing, we want to surprise people. So going into their jungle, because people think their jungle is quite safe, but that's never the case. So if we just walk
I just noticed by me dying in my jungle.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's never safe.
It's never safe. So we could just walk into this tri-bush and then do our sweep and see if there's vision. If there's no vision, we can just sit around here, wait for someone to come by, and we can get a free kill. Or we can stick back a little bit later, because sometimes they even walk closer. Or we can stay in lane and maybe somebody walks into lane. There's a bunch of options you can take. Basically, it's only when we push in a wave and we know where their vision is. And also, our team is backing us up. If we don't have our team, like, around, it means that there's no way that they can back us up if an actual team fight starts happening, you know? Now we're going to talk about another team fight thing. I think it was probably just your tilted. Again, I feel like this Heimerdinger absolutely tilted you in this game, and you took some terrible decisions. Man.
I hate. yeah. I hate Heimerdinger.
Heimerdinger is a very baity champion. He likes baiting people into him because that's where he's strong. He's strong where he can sit in one place, but he's weak when he has to move.
Yeah.
So this is a basic team fight thing, or just I don't think this is like a basic team fight, but just like an assassin thing. This guy's gonna kill you. You also missed
my Qs?
Yeah, you missed all your Qs again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you missed all your Qs again. But it's
and I died.
Yeah, and you died. And the basic thing is an assassin never wants to engage, and you engage this. There's no reason to engage this either. Yes, you kind of caught him off guard, but this is the thing. Heimerdinger, again, he likes to stay in one place, but it's like we can just wait for any of our teammates to start an engage for us. We can just wait for Leona hit something. Leona did miss here. Leona missed her E, but it's like we could just wait for this Gragas to maybe ult him or do something. Do like something E. to engage us. Yeah, exactly. Because if we go into a fight, we're super squishy already. And if we go into something that is naturally going to just stun us immediately, then we're just getting ourselves killed. But if we wait for our team to take away all their stuns and use their damaging abilities, we can then punish them for using those things.
One thing I realized about Zed, now that I'm playing him like a bunch, is that you rarely want to engage onto someone, because when you ulti them, like when you do the R, you have a very telegraphed, like it's telegraphed where you will spawn, so they can hit their CC very easily. I mean, I think my problem with team fighting is that I should wait for my team to engage, and then I should like get better at like not missing my Qs, and that's it basically.
Yeah, I would say so as well. I do want to talk about your builds. What shows you to go for your items, and not go for like the standard Eclipse and the standard?
Okay.
Yeah.
To be honest, I have since the beginning of me playing Zed, or like of me playing League, because at the same time basically, I was spamming Conqueror Zed with like the rune that gives you movement speed when you do like a summoner spell, I think.
Okay.
And I was spamming that rune, the Conqueror, with Nimbus Cloak, and I was doing the Conqueror page, but I found that it was pretty difficult to pilot because you lack damage, but you have more sustainability, and like you are better at prolonged fights and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I said, okay, you know what? I'm an assassin. I'm gonna try out the electrocute. And so I searched up in YouTube like some Zed like guides and builds and stuff, and I found like an OTP Zed guy, and I just copied his build. So I don't really know. I didn't like theory craft this or anything, so I wasn't really familiar with the items.
I think I don't really have so much of an issue with it. I feel like you didn't go Voltaic Cyclosword that works so well on Zed. I feel like that's just like the perfect item for him, and it wasn't in your build. I guess it's.
I actually have a reason for not. I have a reason for not going that item, but I don't know if it's troll or if I'm correct. So that item basically like Giga slows them for like half a second or something, if I'm correct.
Yes, Giga slows them.
And then I was like, okay, but my E slows, like my Shadow E, and then the item, the Serilda's Grudge, I think it's called, that slows too. So then I was like, I'm gonna miss the value of those two if I like Giga slow them with the other item. So I was like, it's like anti-synergy, and that's why I didn't build it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's correct though.
I don't think it's a bad thought, but the thing that is just really good for him with the Cyclosword is your auto, man. Like, you get a big chunk auto. Yeah. You also get movement speed from it. You do get some movement speed, you get bonus physical damage, and it just makes your auto so much better. And the slow is massive, making your Qs easier to hit. I know that Cirilla's
like
grudge slows, Cirilla's grudge slows, and the what your E slows, but those slows are not as massive as Voltaic Cyclosword. You could Voltaic Cyclosword basically makes them like a stun, and it'll basically make it so much easier to hit your Qs. But I mean, I guess you don't really have to go it if you don't feel like it, but I just felt like it was one of Zed's most built items.
I have a question, like a league question in general. How do slows work? Like, do they stack with each other, or like the strongest slow like over conquers the other slows? I don't know how it works actually.
That is a great question. They do stack, yes. Slows do stack.
Oh, they do stack. So
yes.
Okay, so it's a very bad way of thinking, the way I thought about the volcanic.
I'm gonna double check this first as well. I'm pretty sure they stack, but I'm gonna double check it right now. Do slows stack in League? I'm pretty sure they do. Yes, they do stack, but not in a simple additive way. It's percentage-wise. It's percentage-wise.
Okay, so I guess the more slows you have, the less the percentage of the slows.
Yes, yeah. But also, I felt like you could have, honestly, I don't know why you didn't build Edge of Night. I felt like Edge of Night is like perfect for this game.
Okay, I understand that it's a very, very good item, but I struggle to understand in which team comps I should build that item, because sometimes I build it and they have champions that they can pop it very easily from like far away, and then other times like it pops off as an item, and I don't know in what scenarios I should build that item.
So the thing about Edge of Night is, yes, it can be easily popped, but Edge of Night is a item that works well with assassins because it is all about surprising them. And since you're surprising someone, your Edge of Night, you shouldn't at least have your Edge of Night popped before a fight. You're supposed to be in a place where they don't have vision, and then you jump on them and your Edge of Night will finally be able to be used correctly. But it's also like, I don't feel like they have amazing ways to pop it. I mean, I guess they have Ash, but it's like, if we just go on this Heimerdinger, we have Edge of Night for our E, and it just makes it perfect for us to actually kill him.
That's true.
And it also, it's like the same thing.
Maybe I could even kill him in that river play I did. That I didn't wait for my Gragas and stuff. Yeah, okay.
And I feel like it also would be good on the Quay, because it's not like, yes, sometimes you won't block sometimes you won't block a stun, or sometimes you won't block an E, but you also will block that all of that damage that you just took. You know, it's still really good. It makes them miscalculate how much damage they do.
Edge of Night, if it blocks Hui's ultimate, do I still get the slow and the damage afterwards?
Oh no! It like it completely negates it. It like gets rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah, it completely gets rid of it when it hits you if you have Edge of Night. But I also I feel like you're just so squishy in this game, and if you took Eclipse, your sustainability is just like so low, and if you get caught, you're done for. You're just done for. So I feel like Eclipse might have been better. I feel like going Edge of Night would have been better. Because Edge of Night also gives you HP. Eclipse also gives you that great shield, and it gives you bonus damage. It also gives you that after hitting 2 abilities, I think, or 2 consecutive attacks, you get a shield, and and it's also based off of your AD. And maybe we can think about GA, but I felt like maybe not this game. I don't think you needed GA. Honestly, this game was pretty lost after I think 20 or 25 minutes. I felt like it was really hard to play after that. Cool, but I appreciate